Hello everyone, and welcome to this video about the new tie-in node that we are introducing in Olga. The tie-in node will be introduced in our Olga 2026.2 release. The tie-in node will be a new type of node in Olga, which makes it possible to transfer flow from one or more branches to another branch. This will have two major benefits. If you want to model a tie-in line, you don't need to split the branch with an internal node and then again split the geometry in two. Instead, you can simply use the tie-in node and select where in the flow line you want the flow to be transferred to. The second part, you would not need to model short jumpers on wellhead if you want to model wells where you have the possibility to route the well flow into two separate flow lines. There might be scenarios where you want to avoid the short sections needed to model jumpers in order to maintain simulation speed. So let's dive directly into Olga and see how this would look like. The first example here is a very simple one where we have flow line or flow path 1 and flow path 2 that are connected with a tie-in node, and then that flow is being transferred into flow line 3. So we can see that for flow line 3 or flow path 3 we have defined 3 different positions, and then we look at the tie-in node, how that is defined, and then we can see that we are transferring the flow into the 2 positions, which are then defined as tie-in position 1, which is the one that we find here for flow line or flow path 3. So and you also need to set the position here, and if you just have one position it will be transferred into position 1, but you will need to define this. For the second example, we are looking at a case where we want to transfer this model setup that you see on the screen here and transfer that into this setup instead. So this is a case where you want to avoid these well jumpers and the valve, and then make the model a lot simpler by then deleting or cutting these out and then use a tie-in node instead. And here the tie-in node is defined with 2 positions. It's 2 of them, tie-in position A and tie-in position B, and those we can recognize here from flow path A have tie-in position A, and flow path or flow line B has tie-in position B. And then the position key is then connected to a controller. So then instead of setting it directly into here, the positions are being transferred through a controller and giving then 1 or 2. And if we run this, we can look at the trend plot, and we see that it starts with a flow line with a flow in flow line A of around 22 and then 10 in the other one, and then after 20 minutes it shifts, and that is of course because the controller is shifting at 20 minutes. And you can also have a lot of other more advanced controller logic here instead of just a simple manual one, but this is demonstrating the tie-in node and not the controller logic, so I made it quite simple in this case. Thank you so much for watching this short video about the tie-in node. I hope you got some insights into how the tie-in node works, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.